a gold mine of human beings that are open to connecting with new people versus Facebook, which is very, they're a lot more closed off. Generally on Facebook, people want to just have friends that they actually know. They're like, I don't want strangers. So Instagram is, if you're not utilizing it, you need to. And I know, like, even like Bonnie Engel said on her call, sometimes if you're not using it, it seems daunting. It's so new, it's different, you got to figure it out. But this is your freaking business, and you need to use this tool, okay? So, I have it right here. Ugh, so annoying. Anyways, I want you guys to open up your Instagram, and if you don't have one, make one. There's your first start, but most of you have one. So open up your Instagram, and first you guys need to get clear on who you want to work with, okay? So we're going to start, like, this is going to be beginning to end. Like, I want to really walk you through the whole picture, okay? So Instagram, you're sharing your story, right? So you first and foremost have to put out there who you are, what you're doing, what you're all about. Because the second people come to your page, hopefully you guys can see this. They go to Micah Folsom Fit, and basically they see like this much, right? Like they see it's quick, and right away they're like, I like her or I don't. Okay, so first of all, your bio needs to be solid. Don't put Beachbody stuff in there. It'll turn people off. Don't put your link. Don't put whatever. Like, let people know who you are, okay? Outside of Beachbody. I put Fit Mom Boss like on there because obviously that's a huge part of what I'm going to talk about and what I focus on. But I'm not like Beachbody coach, blah, 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 okay? That's the first thing. Next thing is that you have to make sure that you're sharing consistent content, and it's quality over quantity. Don't feel like you have to post 4 to 5 times a day. Get quality posts, okay? Whether that's your food, whether that's your workouts, whether that's your family, whether that's your traveling, whether that's whatever. You should have kind of a vibe going with your page. And if you go to my page, you'll see workouts, you'll see food, you'll see my team, you'll see my kids, you'll see some PD and some inspirational stuff. And that's kind of all. Like, that really is what, and like some travel, some just lifestyle posts. And so it's not like all over the place, random. It's very much, if someone is attracted to that, to what I'm putting out there, they're going to follow me. If they're not, then they're not my person. And it doesn't matter. You're not trying to attract everyone. You're trying to attract who you want to work with, okay? So make sure if you're not sharing your journey, that's first and foremost always, okay? So you have to be putting content out there, and you need to be utilizing Insta stories. That's the easiest way. Even if you don't have super solid, like maybe you'll do one post a day, you can at least share a handful of stories throughout your day. You can show some snippets of your workout. You can show some snippets of your personal development. You can show some snippets of your kids. You can show some snippets of you just talking and just being human, and whatever you want to share with your people who are watching. And you're just sharing who you are, because that's the simplest way for people to get a clear feel of who this person is behind the Instagram profile, okay? So make sure that you're utilizing that. And the easiest way to do it, Danae made the graphic and I shared it in our coach threads. Maybe if someone has it, will you share in the comments that graphic of the Insta stories from Carl's call? It's really simple. So if someone doesn't post it while I'm live, I'll post it. I'll come around and post it later. But if you get consistent with your stories, I promise you'll gain a following. People will watch. They'll pay attention. And that's the easiest way to continuously soft jab and invite people to join you on the journey without being like in your face, I'm doing another challenge, blah, blah, blah. It's so simple and natural, okay? So make sure that you learn and utilize Insta stories for sure. Okay, so moving along from that, I wanted to talk about that first because you can't do all the other stuff if you're not putting content out there that lets people know what you're doing and who you are first. So that's first and foremost. You have to be posting consistently every day. It's part of your job, okay? Now we're going to go on to how do we find people? How do we get proactive? So Instagram is a platform where you can't just wait for people to find you. Okay, you can't just wait for people to magically appear on your page and be interested in what you're doing. You need to take the initiative to proactively find your people. So who do you want to work with? For me, I'm a mom. I'm LDS. I'm like in my 20s. I'm like, that's who I am. And so I naturally attract that same type of person. Busy moms, LDS women, people who like a healthy lifestyle and who are interested in maintaining that and learning how to create that consistency. That's who I attract. So that's who I'm trying to find. Okay, so where do I find her? One, you can find them. Yeah, not the increasers photo, Ashley. There's an actual graphic that says the Instagram daily to-do list. So if someone has that, then post it. But if not, then I'll post it later. So you can use it. You can find it through hashtags, but you have to be intentional. Not like fit mom, like fitness, blah, blah, blah. Like you have to get very specific. And so I think it's, well, one, the easiest place to find people who are into fitness is like Tone It Up, BBG Girls, Keto. I mean, any of like the healthy lifestyle hashtags have like a ginormous, it's okay, you can have it on, have a ginormous amount of people who are already into a healthy lifestyle. So if you want to start somewhere, you can start there. And then another place to find it is when you click the search. When you click the search bar, it goes to the explore section. So this is a ton of pictures and people who are generally, I don't know how they come up with them. They're like your type of person. So depending on the type of followers you have now and the type of people you're following, it's going to vary. So like, here's Ashley. There's Ashley Smith. So what it does is it pulls up all these accounts. Hold on. And that gives you a whole bunch of other people to find. You don't want to just find a bunch of coaches because that doesn't do you any good. So you want to click through there. Like, for instance, this girl. Okay, here we go. So it pulled up this girl. Her name's Meg Squats. She has 277,000 followers. Okay. So what does that mean? That does not mean, oh, I want her to coach with me because she has a huge following and she'll blow it up. Well, yeah, she would. But generally, the people that already have huge followings, they're already doing something, they're into something, they're happy, whatever. But you write their name down, or I even make a collection for it, which we'll talk about in a second. I made a collection for like influencers, and then that's where I'm pulling my followers from. Okay, so you would go to her account. 277,000 followers. I go to her picture. Okay, nice face. Go to her picture, and then I go to the comments. And in the comments, she has 300 something comments on this one picture. From their teeny little thumbnail picture, you can see, okay, she's female, she's pretty cute. She's a nurse. She's graduating soon, and her account is private. But she's still my type of person, so I'm going to request to follow her. Okay? And that's all I do. And then I keep going. There's this girl. She's a girl. She's with her boyfriend. Her picture, she's posting some food, some running. She's not a coach because I can tell by her pictures. I'm going to follow her. And I'm going to go like this salad pic. And I'm going to go... and I'm going to go comment on a couple pictures. Okay, and then right away, since I have, and we'll talk about collections in a second, but the second that I'm expanding my network and following, liking, and commenting on people, I'm also adding them to my collection. Are you okay? Yeah. Did you smash it in the door? Yeah. I'm sorry, Bubba. So I'm instantly adding them to my collection so they get on a list. Okay, so what you do to add them to a collection is you click on one of their pictures and then you click this bookmark. Gosh, you can't see it. There's like a little bookmark thing right here. And then it says save to collection. Save to collection pops up, and then your collections will come up. So I have future coaches, future challengers. I know, I love it. Current challengers. And then I have like influencers, which are the big accounts that I'm pulling people from. So since she's already posting about fitness and she's already posting about food and she's already like living a healthy lifestyle, I put her on my future coaches board, okay? Because if they're already interested in that, then I feel like they're just missing the boat and by not coaching. If they're not already posting about health, fitness, anything along the lines, like they're just a normal mom posting about life, I put them on my future challengers list, okay? And I do that the second that I expand. So I'm no longer tracking on my Google sheet like I used to. Everything is happening here so that if I'm out and about or we're on a road trip or we're whatever, maybe Finley's sleeping on me and I can't get to my computer because that's how it is most of the time. Like I'm not at my computer at all anymore. I just do everything from my phone. I have everything here. They're all in my collections. I have my list. I can build with intention. I can connect with people. I can do everything. Okay. So same thing. So I go back to this girl, same girl. I go back to her comments and I just, for the next half hour, however long you're expanding and connecting, you're going through all of these comments because these are people that are active on Instagram and you're just finding people that are your type of person, and that's going to look different for everyone, right? So that's why you need to get clear on who you want to work with, who do you want to build with, and then you do it with, okay? And then same thing. So maybe you're done with her. Actually, before I move on, I'm going to add her to my collection of influencers so that I can use her account to pull more of my people, okay? Another example to get outside of the fitness realm is I really like to connect with moms, like the whole minimalist. You guys all know. Then, Katie, if you only have Facebook, you need to get Instagram. That's what I'm telling you. Like, you can do all of this on Facebook, but it's going to be a lot harder. And Instagram, you need to do it, okay? So make an account and figure it out. Learn it. There's tons of trainings. What was I just telling you? Oh, yeah, to get outside of the realm of fitness, because you don't only want to connect with fitness people. You also want to connect with just normal humans. So I like to find normal humans who are like the minimalist mindset, like the simplicity. That's like that's how I train. That's how I function. So there's this blogger that has like a whole minimalist blog, and she's a mom of kids. And so I go to her Instagram to just find normal moms who are also into that and connect with them. And they all mostly go on my future challengers board. So I'm just connecting with normal moms, sharing life, sharing our kids, just getting to know who they are. And then lots of times challenges come up, or they start commenting on my stories and they're like, what are you doing? What workout is that? And then fitness comes up. Okay. So you can do the same thing with Joanna Gaines or Fixer Upper or your favorite home decor place or a brand that you love. You need to just find people in your realm of whoever you want to connect with, okay? And that's hard to be like, go here, because it's going to look different for everyone. Here, sit on my lap. Okay, so let's talk about collections for a second. So that's what I'm doing, though, for expanding. That's how I'm finding new people and getting them into a collection right away. Then throughout the day or whenever I'm just doing stuff, or maybe I'm not expanding right then, but I'm just collecting or connecting, then I go to my actual collections, which you go to your home page. Gosh, this is so annoying. How do you do the angle? Go to your home page and it's up here. See the bookmark up there? You click that and your saved collections comes up. So I would go to say future challengers. And then all of these are future challengers. So you would go into their page, click on their face, go into their page, click their name, and then it goes into their whole feed. And then I'll just same thing, like a few of their pictures, like this girl's posting about her kids' crafts, and I'll just comment on something. If, oh gosh, she hasn't shared any stories because it's not like pink or whatever. If they have shared stories, I'll go through their stories and I'll comment on their stories, which goes directly to a DM. So then that's even more personal. So then we can chat back and forth that way. Then I'll just go back to my future challengers and go to the next girl. Go to her page, interact with a few of her posts. She does have stories, so I'll go through them. I'll comment on something, and then I just continue to do that. And I'm not tracking who I'm connecting with every day. I don't write their name down if I talk to them. I just make sure that every single day I'm doing this from my list. And the more that you do it every single day, the more you warm up that relationship, and you'll see lots of times they'll be in your DMs, in your direct messages, because you've been commenting on their stories and chatting back and forth. And then when it feels right, either a challenge will come up or you can invite them to join you in whatever is right for them. Okay, so that's how I'm intentionally connecting once they're on a list. So let's talk about really fast how you create a list. Actually, I'm just going to, yes, Becca, I'll come through and answer questions in a minute. So when you go to your page, if you click on that bookmark that I was talking about, there's a little plus sign in the top right corner. You click that, you add a collection, so you just name it, whether it's challengers, coaches. Ooh, nice lip stuff. You can put people who inspire you. Like, even I put some of my favorite coach friends, like my favorite coach friends that I like how they share. I put them in a list, because then every once in a while, if I'm feeling super uninspired and just kind of like out of ideas, thank you, bud. Oh, thank you. Okay. Then I'll go to their things and just get ideas. I'm not copying them, but I'm being like, oh my gosh, this is working for them. I need to incorporate that. Or this is a way cute thing that they posted about. I need to figure out how to whatever. So if you have people that inspire you, you can also make a board for that and get ideas and stuff like that. And yeah, so and keep your boards to a minimum. You don't want to have like a million, but you do. So challengers, coaches, you could have follow-ups. So once you like invite someone, or once you're waiting to hear back from them, you could add them to the follow-up board, and then make sure that you have a collection of people that when it's follow-up Friday or whatever, you can just bust through and send all your follow-ups from people that you've been talking to about your challenge or whatever. Does that make sense? So that's how you make a collection. And then, like I talked about, I showed you how to add people to a collection. So the thing that I found with Instagram that is very crucial is, one, you have to be expanding and connecting more than anything else. Okay, so that's every single day you're adding people to your collections, and you're connecting with them, building the relationship. Okay, you have to have a system in place, because otherwise you're just kind of going through the motions and you have no sense of organization or whatever. So the easiest thing, like I was talking about, is to set up your collections so you have a place for them to go, and then make sure that you have a board for the influencers, because that's a really easy way to do it. I'm going to talk about STEM social in a second too. That's a really easy way to do it. But as you're finding these people, you find them, like, follow, comment, they go directly to a collection. Find them, like, follow, comment, go directly to a collection. Okay. Then you spend more intentional time actually engaging with your collections every single day, because that's intentional building relationships. Okay. Then when it's time to invite, you either have people. Yes. You either have people to invite in one place on your list, or, like I said, lots of my invites. Hey, hold on. Lots of my invites just happen naturally in our conversation. So if you're not having deeper conversations than just, oh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh. Like, actually get to know people. And when you actually get to know people, that's when it naturally comes up that you can say, and you got to guide the conversation. Like, you're not just talking about aimless things. Like, you're trying to get to know who they are, what they struggle with, and how you can help them. So you're asking questions to kind of dig up their pain points so that you can say, this is what I'm doing and this has really helped. I'd love to help you. And then it's really simple to talk about your challenge or coaching or whatever. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about STEM Social. If you haven't set up STEM Social, I highly recommend it. You need to take time to learn it. Okay. So once you set up STEM Social, they have like a help section or a support. No, I don't want you to do that. They have like a support with a bunch of information of like how to best utilize it. Watch those. If they're videos, I can't even remember. Learn it. Okay. There's no point in having a tool and then not putting in the effort to actually know how to utilize it. It doesn't take long. Okay. So get it set up. You want to make sure that you have your targeted accounts. The best people to have on your targeted accounts are those same people that you're pulling followers from. They have high interaction on their posts. They have lots of followers. They don't have to have 1 million followers, but the more interaction, the better. So the more comments and likes they have on their pictures, that's generally where STEM Social is pulling the followers from, is people who are engaging. And so that's what you want to make sure of. So you can have some fitness accounts outside of Beachbody. You can have some mom accounts. You can have some mommy blogger accounts. You can have some professor or students or teachers or homeschool moms or whatever, or fashion people, whatever your niche is. Find those types of target accounts to put in STEM Social. Then for hashtags, only have a few hashtags and they have to be super targeted. Very women-based if you want to work with women, because if you go to like food ones or even like paleo or keto or anything like that, it's going to pull a lot of dudes. It's going to pull a lot of people from another country. It's going to pull a lot of the randoms. You need to get very targeted on hashtags if you're going to utilize those. The easiest way to build your following with STEM Social is targeted accounts and making sure that you have very solid targeted accounts. Okay. So this is how I utilize STEM. Okay. So basically STEM Social is finding people and bringing them to me. So that takes some of the brunt work off. Now I'm still finding people manually. STEM is just doing extra work. So we're building twice as fast. I'm not just letting STEM do all the work. We're just upping the ante a little bit, okay? Hey, if you're going to be in here, that's awesome, but you can't do your noises, okay? Hello. So, STEM, so I have the pro account. Hey, bud, for real, or you're going to have to go sit with baby Finley. I have the pro account. Oh, my gosh. Hush. I have the pro account. So it is, when I get a new follower, it is directly sending them a message. Now, this message is very important, okay, because it's the first initial contact that it's making with someone, and it is the easiest way to get a conversation going. So my message, I'll just tell you. My message is, so as soon as I get a new follower, it goes, hey, heart emoji, yay for new IG friends, exclamation point. Hope you're having a good day. I love meeting new people, emoji, especially others on their own fitness journey and mama friends. So right away, I'm just connecting with them as a normal human. And lots of times they don't respond. Lots of times they respond with like a heart. Lots of times they're like, oh my gosh, me too. I love meeting people. Or lots of times they go to my page and they're like, holy crap, you're so inspirational, blah, blah, blah. And we just start talking. But the biggest thing is you can keep the conversation going, or you can shut it down. Okay, I'm serious. Kaya. Okay, then be quiet. Oh my gosh. Okay, so as soon as I get a new follower, it sends them a message. So it shows up in my DM. So that's already like tracking it for me. It shows up in my in my direct messages that it sent them this message. That allows me to then go to their page, look through their stuff, and if they're my type of person, I will immediately get them on a collection. Okay? So if they're my type of person, then I immediately add them to a coach, challengers, or like influencer collection, and I interact with them. You can sit on my lap, but you have to be quiet. Holy crap. Okay? Be quiet. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, so I use the direct messages as a way to then put them on a list. If they're not my type of person, then I don't spend time like connecting and building the relationship and carrying on a conversation, because that's a waste. We only have so much time to build our business every day, and we have to be intentional with it. Okay, so you need to be smart about who you're spending time on getting to know, right? And that's when, if they're like, if for some reason it brings in like some weird foreigner guy or something, and I'm like, that is definitely not who I want to see my stuff, I just block them right away because I block everyone who weirds me out at all. Okay. So that's what I do with the people coming in. Then if generally it's like, so you have to find what works for you. So for lots of times I'll have girls that respond that are like, oh my gosh, me too. I love getting extra inspiration or whatever. I'll go to their page, I'll interact. And if I see that they're posting anything about fitness or health or whatever, I immediately ask them something along the lines of, how long have you been, you guys know my language. I say like, how long have you been rocking your journey? Okay. So that opens the door so I can just get to know them, get to know what they're doing, get to know what they're struggling with. They generally ask me, how long have you been? Your page is awesome, blah, blah, blah. Then we get to chatting about all sorts of stuff. Okay. So I think that's the thing that you guys, I think lots of people just wait for magic to happen with Instagram and even with Sim Social. You have to put in the work. Stop. You have to put in the work, and you have to get intentional with who you're spending time with, how you're spending your time, and what you're doing with it. Okay. So that is how, I mean, that's really my Instagram flow. I just make sure I'm sharing on my stories, sharing on my posts. I'm getting people added to my collections every single day. I'm expanding every single day. I'm liking and commenting on posts and stories every single day. And then when it's time to invite, I have people to invite. I have people to talk with. And I'm constantly having conversations about challenge groups, about coaching, like every day. Not just when I'm doing a call to action, every day, just because of the conversations that are happening behind the scenes. Okay? So I'm going to go through the questions now, and then if I think of anything else, I will tell you guys. Let me see. Hold on. Why can't I see this one? So Vanessa said, go to big brands like Tone It Up, see who likes their posts, and check out their profiles. Yeah, for real. The easiest place to start is just big accounts. And then you can find super awesome targeted people to do as your targeted accounts from there, or just as your influencers that you're going to their page and finding people that are your niche market. Tiffany said, okay, so this is the piece that I can't figure out. How to keep track of all these people, and how often do we come back and comment more? Does this make sense? So yeah, you have to have a system in place, and that's why the collections are a game changer, because you don't have to have them outside of Instagram. You don't have to have them on a list anymore. You don't have to have them in your notebook. You have them in your collections, then you can continue building. I connect frequently, really frequently. Every single day I'm spending at least part of my power hour just connecting, building relationship. But then every time I have spare time, like for instance, lots of times now when I can't do anything because I have Finley on me or I'm nursing, I'm connecting and I'm just interacting with people and getting to know them. So that's the thing that you have to do more than anything else. Hey, shh, you can be in here, but don't be a parrot, okay? Becca said, how does your Instagram girl interact with this? Does she add to our... Yeah, so I have an Instagram helper who I just trained to like be Micah number 2 and do everything that I was doing. So I have her do all of this stuff. So I have her go through my DMs, and she adds people to collections, and she goes through my collections and is interacting with people because she knows my voice and how I talk. And so she's just like connecting with people on a bigger scale. And then I also have her go to influencers' accounts and find new people to add to my collection so that I can continue to connect and build a relationship from there too. So she's just basically doing everything I'm doing, but she's logged into my account doing it as me. Minerva, I find it hard to just strike up conversations even when in my niche. That's when you just gotta be creative. Like, you've got to find a reason to talk to them. So maybe, and asking questions is the best way to do it. So asking them for a recipe, or asking them how they got the results, if they posted a transformation picture, or talking about whatever. So you just got to you have to learn how to be interested in people. And that comes from really, truly wanting to get to know someone, because if we don't know them, then we can't truly help them because we don't know what they need. So it's just, I honestly, asking questions is the best way to strike conversations and to get to know people. And commenting on their stories is such an easy way, because you can just comment and on whatever they posted, and then it goes into a conversation and you can continue it from there, or not, just connect that way. Do you expand on Facebook and Instagram every day? How would you say you divvy out one between Instagram and Facebook with connecting? So at the beginning of my business, I did like 99% on Facebook. But now I've maxed out. Well, I delete people every single day, but I've reached my 5,000 friend limit. So I don't want to put a lot of time into Facebook because I don't have enough people. I don't have any more room on my friends list. For those of you that do, though, I would still utilize Facebook just the same old way, going to groups, interacting in there, connecting with people, expanding your network from friends of friends of friends of friends of friends. Just getting more people to see your stuff and so that you see their stuff so that you can engage. But right now I do like 95% on Instagram and very minimal on Facebook. But that's also because I've put in a lot of time and work into my Facebook. So there's a lot of people there that are seeing stuff. So if you're a new coach starting out or newer, I would still spend time doing it on both. Just find out what you like best and what's working for you. I know lots of new coaches are like, no one's accepting my friend requests. That's because Facebook is very closed off compared to Instagram. So I feel like you're going to get way more bang for your buck and your time on Instagram. But that's just my opinion. Okay. Tiffany, I'm not seeing a bookmark on my thing. No, you don't have to have a business account for it.
No, what you got it?
I have no idea. Have you updated your version? Maybe that could be it. Ashley said, oh yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Do you clear out your DMs? No. Yeah. The only time I ever delete a message is if they're like, because lots of times I'll get coaches that follow me. So it sends them a message, and then I see that they're a coach when I go to their thing, and then I'll delete the message because I don't care to connect with them and build a relationship with them. But other than that, I don't ever clear it out. It just is ongoing forever. Hey, shh. Danae, I had a message, and it wasn't getting any response after a while. Such a good option to keep that calm. Still a good option? What? Danae, I don't know what you mean. I had a message and it wasn't getting any response, so change your message. Is that what you're saying? I don't know what you're saying. Minerva, yes, definitely. Directly from DM, then add them to a collection. Yes. I was concerned about that too, so I made my account private real quick and then removed them from the account groups. Yeah, don't make your account private because then no one can see it. Make it public, but you do have somewhat of a control over who sees your stuff by what hashtags you use and just the types of people that you're kind of bringing in. So that's why it's important that you get super, super targeted on those things. And then you block anyone who you feel weird about. Tiffany, that makes sense. Do you comment a lot on people's Instagram stories? Yeah, a ton. I find that commenting on something in their stories. Yes. I haven't figured out. Okay, Minerva, so if you find someone who has a cute outfit, would you send a message or just comment on the feed? Either. You could either just say on their picture, like, oh my gosh, I love your whatever, where'd you get your something? Or you could shoot them a message and be like, I saw your cute outfit in your post. Where'd you get your shirt? Something like that. It doesn't matter. If it's in a story, then that's even easier. But if it's on a post, you can do either. Okay, are there any other specific questions? I mean, I think where people struggle is you're not getting clear on who you actually want to be talking to. So you're just like throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping something sticks with something. And that's not going to work. You have to get so clear. So, and think outside the realm of health and fitness. Like, I love the Fixer Upper show. I love farmhouse home decor. I love Nordstrom. I love the minimalist whole mindset. So like there's certain things in life that you are attracted to and you generally are going to relate to other people who are attracted to those same things. Okay, so that's what you need to get clear on first. Then you need to sit down and spend focused time searching those brands, searching those hashtags, searching anything that's going to bring up those types of people. And then honestly, you guys, it only starts with having a couple solid accounts to pull people from. And you can, hey, mister, and you can have everything happen from 1 or 2 accounts. Because what happens is you find one solid person, and then you find 5 or 10 solid people who you go to their page, and then find some more solid people on their page and go to their page, and it just happens from there. And then you're just intentional every day. Connecting, expanding, adding them to your collections, and then making sure you're showing up. And it doesn't happen overnight. You're not going to all of a sudden have like 1 million followers. But the more proactive you are on finding your type of people, the more solid people are going to come back to you, the more fun it is because you're in those conversations with people who you actually care to be in conversations with. And then you have a funnel of people flowing in that you always have people to invite. You always have people to have seen your stuff, and that's where the consistent flow happens, okay? Any other questions? Because this is super important, and I want you guys to really understand this Instagram stuff. And really, I mean, going off of Instagram, even talking about Facebook, it's the same type of thing, but like getting into groups that you connect with, mom groups, home decor groups, dog groups, whatever, and then just interacting with people on a normal human basis, connecting with them on like their comments, and then I friend request the people that I comment under, and they generally, like 9 times out of 10, if you've had some sort of interaction in the group and you send them a friend request, they're going to accept it because you're not just going through the group and friend requesting a bunch of people from the group because that's weird. But people who comment and like, for instance, I'm in like a mom whatever group, and they were talking about that brown line above your belly button, like when you have a baby. And one girl just commented commented something super funny. So I just replied to her comment, was like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm going to think about that every time I look at my belly. And so like we had that brief interaction. I sent her a friend request because I went to her page. She was totally my style of girl. And then she accepted the friend request, and I've been seeing her post in my feed, and I've just been liking and commenting on some of her pictures. Like it happens naturally. But it's just an intentional thing. So even doing that on Facebook with 3 to 5 people every day, doing it every day adds up over time. You're not going to just go add 50 people to your network today. You could do that on Instagram, which is nice. But on Facebook, you can't do that or else they'll block you. So just doing it with a few people every day on Facebook is what I would advise if you're still growing your network on Facebook, because it is important to have multiple platforms, but I feel like you're going to get the most bang for your buck on Instagram. So make sure that you learn that and start utilizing it. I'm nervous that I think for me, it's the part about finding collections and just caring about people and doing that for like 30 minutes. How do you know if they even follow you back to engage with them more? I don't care if people follow me back. I know lots of people are like, if they don't follow you, unfollow them. I don't care, because if they're my type of person that I want to connect with, I want to see their stuff in my feed, so I want to be following them. I want to be interacting with them. I want to be showing them that I'm interested in them and just being a normal human. And if we end up connecting in a way that they want to follow me back, great. If we don't, then whatever. So I'm not worried about if they follow me back. I'm just worried about finding the people I want to follow and then doing my part to get to know them and to see if anything goes anywhere. So, yeah. Any other questions, you guys? You're such a busybody. Can you just chill for 5 seconds?
Want to put that?
No, it's not on. Any other questions? If not, I'm going to get off because we have our new coach call in like 15 minutes, and I probably need to feed Finley. So if you guys have any other Instagram questions, I will post the graphic. No, Danae, you are on. Danae, if you're on, post that graphic that you made for Instagram. Or maybe Ashley posted it because I couldn't see the picture. I bet she did right there.
What is this?
And just, this is what I'm talking about. When we talk about our power hour, we're expanding our network, connecting, building relationships. This is the stuff you're doing. And it's not hard. It doesn't take a ton of time. If you have 1 hour, you can bust out so much stuff in an hour. And that's all it takes to continue to grow your business, continue to help people, continue to hit success, but continue to grow your team, is just getting really intentional and fine-tuning these things.